I don't know if you can hear me. Yes, I guess. Yes, 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 yes. So go ahead, share this live, share the live. I'm doing the same thing right now, sharing the live and telling people we are back. Buanya is back on today. Yes, we're back on with another session, another series of wisdom. Wanya means wisdom. Yes, for those who are here for the first time, I'm with an amazing, amazing, talented person. Listen, you gotta hear from me. You just gotta see her. You gotta listen to her. You gotta listen to her work, read it. So she's just out there, and I bet she'll be the best person to talk about herself. I won't do any justice to who she really is. So she'll tell you by herself. Go ahead, share the live. Tell somebody we on. We are live. Can you hear us? Is the live good? Is the sound good? Yes, I see us on Facebook. I see us on Facebook. Go ahead, share. Share, share, share. All right. I did my part. Do your part as well. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ok, bonsoir à tout le monde, bonsoir Moté. Voilà, sans pour autant tarder, drum rolls. Da-da-da-da-da. I will proceed to welcome my guests. Boom. Hello, sister.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, hi. I'm so blessed to have you again today.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me. I'm so happy to spend this afternoon with you.
Thank you. I know you're a busy woman. You have a lot going on. It's a Friday, it's a weekday. You probably have to work, but thank you. I'm just gonna steal a few minutes from you. That way
Yeah,
we just we just get to talk a little bit. So some people know you and others don't. Who are
right.
you?
Well, Anita Yombo.
Mhm,
Nazamwana Mboka. Je suis Congolese, born and raised in Kinshasa. I
okay.
currently live in Los Angeles.
Mhm,
I'm a writer, humanitarian,
mhm.
psychologist, businesswoman. I wear too many hats, but in a nutshell, my name is Anita Yombo, and I'm Congolese. I write, I produce movies, and
Wow.
I have so many things going on. I mean, what else? Ask me the questions.
I know, right? You just have so many hats that
I do, I do. I wear too many hats, way
I
too
don't know where
many.
to start. Okay,
Let's start
first
with
things
what are
first.
we here for? I guess that would just
Exactly, exactly. So your brother is supposed to be Eric Yombo, right?
yes, yes. That's
That
my older
uncle
brother.
blessed me a lot.
He's
He blessed
amazing, isn't it? Yeah, that's one of my oldest brother, and yeah, he's the best. And I know you did an interview with him
I did.
last year. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I did. And it's been his great support, amazing, and I greet him from wherever he's at. En tout cas, bonsoir, bonsoir, bon après-midi tout le temps. Thank you so much. So he sent me this link
Yeah.
with between John and a hard place. And I
Yeah.
was like, wait, I see the last name. Who is she? Are you guys related? When you just did it. So tell us a little bit about that book. Come on, how did you come about that title?
Oh my God, yes, it's a long story. I even though I've lived here in LA for over 20 years, in
Okay.
2015 I went back to the Congo to
Mm-hmm.
live for like 2 years, and wanted to do some humanitarian work,
Mm-hmm.
and I was working with a nonprofit in Kinshasa, and I was living at my father's house at the time. But you know how like in the Congo people have what we call in Congo Tobinga Bomba Sentinelle. We had a guardian, yeah, we had a guardian who worked in the front of, I mean, at the gate, and usually
Yeah, the
all the
gatekeeper.
other
Mm-hmm.
sentinel they would come and congregate with him. I guess because it was the most interesting guardian in the neighborhood. Like they would congregate and smoke tobacco and drink coffee. I
Mm-hmm.
remember one day listening to them talking, and he was talking about his brother. He said, "My brother's daughter just disappeared and we don't know where she went, like my brother is so devastated." And all of them started to chime in and they were like, yeah, the same thing happened to my nephew, my
What?
neighbor's son, whatever, whatever. And they were all kind of like concluding their own like theories about what happened to those kids who disappeared. They were like, a spirit took him. He died. His father sold him. And one of
What?
them said, no, 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 no. Sometimes foreigners come to the Congo, they take children and they take them to at the land, like in America, in Europe, in Asia, whatnot, to turn them into slave or
What?
whatnot. So I was just listening into the conversation, and until when I went back home, that conversation stayed with me. I was like, wow, this happens in the Congo where kids get kidnapped, they get
Yes.
abducted, and they don't know what happened. We don't have a system in place to
Yes.
speak up for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I just kind of like opened my laptop. I started writing as if I
Mm-hmm.
was one of those kids who was abducted and we don't know what happened to them. Like I put myself in their shoes and I started
Mm-hmm.
writing the book. And the book just poured out of me where I'm like, okay, I'm this Congolese girl who disappeared and I
Mm-hmm.
was taken to a foreign land.
Mm-hmm.
And what am I thinking? And I just started writing the book, and that's what the book came about. Um, and it's between John and a hard place. I just picked that title.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow. That's very deep. So let's now dive into the story. So
Right.
John is the kid who got kidnapped. So what's the story?
So John
Mm-hmm.
is an American man who comes into the Congo with the
Okay.
intention of kidnapping a Congolese kid. So he
Mm.
comes to the Congo, and during the chaos of the war in the Eastern Congo, he kidnaps a girl. She was 16 years old. He takes her to America,
Mm-hmm.
telling her, listen, because the war was happening in the Congo, so the girl is running from the rebels or whatnot. She falls into his hands and he tells her, listen, come with me to America. I'll help you find your family. I
Mm-hmm.
will help you and I'll be your protector, whatnot. So she believes him because everything in Eastern Congo, like the war in the Congo is happening. Like,
Yes,
I
yes.
have nowhere else to go. So I need to trust this man and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So she goes with him to America, trusting him, believing that he's gonna protect her, he's gonna help her put her life together, and then eventually come back to the Congo and find her family. But
Mm-hmm.
when she gets there, he locks her into his house and he
Mm-hmm.
turns her into a sex slave,
The sex
into
slave.
someone that he uses as a sex toy,
Mm-hmm.
as a slave, basically. That she cooks, she cleans for him, and at night she's basically his private personal prostitute. And she was only 16-year-old. So
Yes.
the book basically tells us the story between John and this little girl, the
Mm-hmm.
journey that she went through at his
Mm-hmm.
house until the end. You have to read the book to see what ends up happening.
Seriously,
Yeah.
this is, it might sound like it's just a made up story or fiction, but it's real. These things are actually happening.
Oh my God, can I tell you, it's crazy. Like, I know you live in the state and you probably, I don't know when was the last time you went back to the Congo, but when you go back to the Congo, the whole country, it's so beautiful. Like, we live in the most, I mean, the Congo is one of the most beautiful place on this planet. It's so
Yes.
gorgeous. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
people in the Congo, the flora, the fauna, it's such a beautiful place. But
Mm-hmm.
the Congo itself, when you're living there, it's like a documentary.
Yes.
So many things are happening to our children in the Congo. So many
Yes.
things are happening. And yes, kids get kidnapped, they disappear, whether they get murdered, they turn into sex slaves. I mean, the things happening in the mine in the Congo. I mean, the
Yes, in the
stories are
eastern
endless.
part.
Yes, the stories are endless. So the story of a girl or a boy being abducted in the Congo and taken to foreign land as a slave,
Mhm.
it's a fictional story, of course, in the book, but these things happen almost
It's
every
a
day.
real thing. Yes. And I
Yeah.
also heard that there's also something about organ harvesting. So
Yes.
it's
Yes,
another
I've heard
thing.
about that. It's awful. Like you hear those stories and you're like, this is the real world. This is
Yes.
actually happening in the 21st century. You don't even know where to put your head first. Like, where do you start? The stories are endless. The whole country is like a documentary without resolution, without an end. It's so crazy to me. Yeah.
I really like that you decided to Grace, I know the girl in the who got abducted. Her name is Grace, right? And
Yes.
you gave her the age of 16, which is like a teenage girl who, instead of being in a family setting where she's still young, a teenager who's supposed to be in school, she finds herself in a situation where a lot of people assume that okay, she's ready for that kind of life,
Yes.
like
Yes.
a married woman, when actually she's not
No,
necessarily.
no, she's not. I mean, at 16, I don't know about you. At 16, I wanted to I was preoccupied by my own growth. Like you started to become a semi-woman, but you're not fully a woman yet. So you're
Yes.
focusing on your friends or the things you're interested in and stuff like that. So at 16, you're still very young. You're still a baby. You're just coming out of your parents' like care, and you're trying to become an adult, but you're not quite an adult. So a 16-year-old girl is still a girl. She's not ready for marriage. She's not ready to take care of someone else. She's not ready. It's just this is the 21st century. A 16-year-old girl should be going to school, should be learning a new skill, should be focusing on maybe going to university or whatnot. She should not be becoming someone's sex slave. No, that's just outrageous.
Exactly, because now I mean I understand that a lot of our grandparents usually they often say that by your age I was about I had 3 children. Nanding ang boka na
Nandun ang boka, bien sûr. Yeah.
like na botek et tout. Mais la réalité que de nos jours nowadays it's a little different. We're not as ready as you guys were prepared back then, and a lot of people go there with the expectation that girls out there are just ready for life. Like, people can't believe Africa or Congo is actually a country. We don't
Yes.
live with elephants or lions. We don't. I had a lot of when I first came. It was about I don't know 10 years ago. I had I went into an ESL class, and
Mhm.
most of my classmates sometimes be like, "So, are you used to seeing lions and giraffes and gorillas?"
Oh
I'm
my
like, "Yes, I am."
God.
Lions. No, we're not. We're not.
The ignorance, it's mind-boggling.
Exactly.
When I
Exactly.
tell people that actually, I mean, this is the dichotomy. I think when you think about the Congo, like you say, people think it's like we ride on monkeys and elephant and people walk
Yeah.
barefoot naked or whatever. The Congo is like this contradiction because
Hmm.
when you're in Kinshasa, you see people with very luxurious cars and you see people
Yes.
living
Like
in big
brand new.
Yes, people are super wealthy. I mean, the wealthy in Kinshasa are wealthy.
Very, very wealthy.
You see, I've never seen into one place as many expensive cars. I mean, Kinshasa is full of mansions, expensive cars. People travel for the weekend to go to Ibiza and they come back. But
Yes.
that's like a very small percentage of the population. The rest of the
Hmm.
population is poor.
Yeah.
But the Congo, it's a developing country, I would say. We're
Yeah.
still too far, but now we're not climbing trees and riding elephants. No, it's a very it's a very
It's different. And another thing my grandparents usually tell me and any other elders often surrounded with, they like once you own something, it's actually yours. They just had hard time to connect this idea of owning by making payment for something you're already using. Like it's
right.
they're like I like how they say it in English. My grandma Rose, I greet her from wherever she's at. She usually said, "Blah, blah, blah, blah,
Babola and solo. You
blah,
can't get it
blah,
because of Babola. It's not Babola here. We live paycheck to paycheck. When they
paycheck to
didn't do that,
paycheck." And not so much paycheck to paycheck, there's also this thing, yeah. Uzala nyongo don nyongo.
trade it.
Nda nyongo don ndela siliki ya bottle you.
Yeah. Our parents don't know what that means
They
at
don't
all.
know what it
My
means to
father, I
own.
remember he came here in 2012 for the first time. He was like, "What do you mean you're making payments?" I said, "Dad, it's a credit system." He looked at me like, "I don't get it. I don't get
Exactly.
it. What do you
No, they
mean?"
don't. They don't. Mamu, I have another grandma around here, Mamu. She doesn't get it. She's like, how can you live in a house you don't own, a car you don't own?
Tubandala na nyongo awa.
Nyongo
Isambula
ya
na nyongo.
bitila. Oh baboto nga mutuka. Oh baboto nga nda. Nande nini. So, just to tell our people out there who are they don't have an idea of the social life there. Well,
Yeah.
the gap is a little wide, yes, but some
Yes. Yeah.
very wealthy people, as well as some really really poor people, and we're trying. I guess our authorities are working on connecting that gap, which will help prevent things such as sex slaves and all these mafias going around that would feel like should be part of a system where clearly there could be wealth, there could be a way to change. I guess maybe because people are used to trust people, so they think Everybody just mean well when actually it's not the case, huh?
Isn't it crazy? That's also that speaks a lot about the Congolese people, our people, us. You know, we
Yes.
are very we're
Trust me.
very happy people who
Yes.
we spend a lot of time at church. We're very good, like we're just very happy people. And in spite of
Mm-hmm.
everything that happened in the Congo, the Congolese people is a very happy person and we're
Yes.
very trusting, like you say. So if
Yes.
you tell me you have four eyes, I'll believe you. You know,
Exactly.
because at the same time, because I'm so poor and so much is going on between the war in the Eastern Congo, between the
Mm-hmm.
poverty, the lack of education, the lack of jobs, or why not? If someone comes to me and say, I could give you a better future, most likely
I
I'm
believe you.
yes, I'll follow you. Where
Yes.
are we going? Where do we start?
Mm-hmm.
That, unfortunately, the Congo has become the land of opportunity for people who don't mean well.
Exactly.
They see that place as if I want to do something illegal and get away with it,
Get away with it.
that's where I go.
Yes.
Literally, you could get away with murder in the Congo. We don't have a system in place
Not
to
yes,
pursue
completely.
anyone into justice. We don't have the system in place. So you could literally get away with any kind of crime in Kinshasa, in the
There could
Congo in
be a
general.
system, but the corruption also is playing a
Oh
lot.
my God. Yeah. That's an entire discussion if we start with the corruption. Where
Don't.
do we even begin? Where do you start? Like literally, you go to the police, they say, Mama, pesanga na $100.
Badesa bana.
Nafungula dossier, oyo, pesanga na
Na
$100.
matawewa mpona bis nakende nano tano.
It's like, wait, this is your job. It tells you,
Yes,
well,
and you paid for it.
yes, do you want me to take care of it? You give me $100. Pesanga na $100, mama, puna na fufu. And then he could think about being a police officer. It's not their fault, you
Mhm.
know. They don't get paid sometimes for 6 months. So it is what it is. It's something I do believe in our lifetime we will see the Congo get better.
Yeah.
That's my hope, and I truly believe that we have that in us, and I think
Yeah.
eventually we'll get there.
That's my hope as well. Well,
Yeah.
at least we have that side. I like that despite all these things we've been going through, we still never lost that side of being
Never.
social, being a community, family. And that reminds me of a second work, your movie, Musica. I loved it.
Oh,
Again, your
thank you.
brother
Thank you
said
so
it.
much.
Your brother said, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna binge watch this." I can't believe when is the next one coming out, and I want to know, I want to see it. It reminded me of a childhood story, but again, I'm just gonna let you explain to us what
Yes.
is Mostek all about.
All of us who grew up in Kinshasa know the story of Dantan Sango. I mean, come on. Like,
Mm-hmm.
my mom used to buy us these books, like
Yes,
all the series of all these books. And I
I
remember
think
she
you're
bought
from
me
Saint Pierre, huh?
all of them. And I remember she would
Yes,
buy us new ones every year. And I
yes,
think I
yes.
read Dantan Sango. Can
Hmm.
you give me 1 second?
No problem, no problem, no problem. Well, to anyone out there who just joined us and is wondering what are we talking about today, I'm receiving my sister Anita Yombo. Yes, she's one of our sisters. She's Congolese. She's been here for over 10 years and she wrote an amazing story, an amazing book that has blessed me a lot. And it's a story about abduction. She heard bon, pour ceux qui m'entendent, qui parlent français, parce qu'elle a parlé déjà en anglais, je pense que je vais parler en français. Ils avaient des sentinelles à la maison. Alors, une fois, elle a entendu leurs sentinelles en train de causer entre eux et dire que non, il y avait des enfants qui disparaissaient. Et tous avaient une histoire comme ça d'un enfant qui avait disparu. Et puis, ah bon, alors, elle s'est décidée d'écrire. Voilà, c'était un peu ça l'histoire. Elle a changé des noms et tout, mais bon, elle a écrit l'histoire. Et le livre se trouve sur Amazon. Voilà, elle est de retour. Elle va nous dire retrouver le livre.
Yes,
Greetings,
yes.
sister. Welcome back.
Sorry about that. Little
No
interruption.
problem. Things
We're talking
happen.
about the movie Musica. That's what
We'll
we're
talk
talking
about the
about
movie.
before I
Yes.
got interrupted. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Um, like I was saying, the story is based on that Sangu, which
Yes.
we all read the book when we were young in the Congo. At least most of us have. I
Mm-hmm.
remember reading that book for the first time. I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, and that story stayed with me because to me it's a
Yes.
story of love, like enduring love. Sometimes
Yes.
love doesn't look like what you expected. And then
Mm-hmm.
when you get older, you realize love comes in many forms. And the
Mm-hmm.
story of that Sangu taught me that lesson. So I always thought one day I will either write a book about that Sangu or make a movie about that Sangu. So I went back in the Congo a few years back and I decided to put together a few friends and do a movie about Ndadan Sangu and I called it Musika, which is a very popular name in the Congo back in the days. So I
Uh-huh.
picked the name Musika because it just seemed fitting for this
Mm-hmm.
day. Yeah.
I see. I see. I like the patience of the old guy. I mean, just you know, I wish the younger guy behaved, but
They never do. They never do.
okay. Since what's the message? Should
The
people start
message
going for older
it
people?
it's not to marry an older guy who what no, that's not the message. The message is when someone loves you,
Mm-hmm.
you will know, right?
Oh no.
When someone loves you, they will
Mm-hmm.
give you the space to make mistakes. They will give you the space to grow. They will be patient with you. I mean, you are Christian. You read the Corinthians 13. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Where they say love is patient, love is kind, love.
Mm-hmm.
So the message is basically for us women or even men to be able to
Mm-hmm.
identify love in our lives, whether it's with
Mm-hmm.
friends or with someone that you want to choose as a life partner, is to be
Mm-hmm.
able to identify when someone is making promises, they don't keep them. When someone lies to me all the time, that's not love. But
Mm-hmm.
the person in your life who's patient, who listens, who makes promises, who shows up when you need them, it's the person you need to attach yourself with. That's the person who truly loves you. I guess that's the message.
It's amazing because in this story, the
Yeah.
patient person is not the woman; it's the
No.
guy.
Which is rare, isn't it?
And I was just like, huh. I've read this story over and over, but again, I think there's something with age and, that just, it just hit differently. And nowadays we
Yeah.
have men expecting, oh, Mosia Dibala, and at home, the way they raise us, it's like, Mosia Dibala as abuete, as aboe, or things that be so. I mean, for those, my English speakers, I don't know how to translate
Mwasa
it.
libala amona aka pasi. Mwasa libala anyoka barakaka. Mwasa libala, ce sont
Yes.
des pensées du passé. Hein. It's. Tu sais, somebody was telling me in Africa, in Congo especially,
Mm-hmm.
les mamans, they spend so much time teaching girls how to be good wives one day.
Yes.
How do you need to bathe down there? You need to
Yes.
make sure you smell good. You need to make sure you
Mama
know how to
Kumu.
cook. La maka bien. Tellement bouillie.
Kumbe pelete.
Eh, mama.
No,
Linga
okay.
obali bouillie. You know what I'm talking about.
I'm not saying don't learn how to do. Hey, someone listening to me out there. Hey, listen. I'm not telling you not to listen to mama. Listen.
We're not saying it's wrong. But what I'm
We're
saying
not
is
saying
that
it's wrong.
fathers don't say that to their sons.
No.
They don't say
No.
anything to their son. They don't teach
No.
them how to be good husbands.
No.
So we out here, women, catering to them. Most animals open the passy because you good because they taught you how to be a good wife, but they forgot
Yes.
to teach him how to be a good husband. It's over.
Exactly. Exactly. It's just like we're too qualified for it.
Overqualified. We got PhDs in being wives. PhDs.
Exactly. We got PhDs on these things. Oh my god, this is so hilarious. And it's so funny because every time she was trying to make the guy displease her, she'll add the salt. She'll do all these wrong things,
Yeah.
like add the salt. And I like your friend. I mean, Mosika's friend. She was
It's a great actress. Her name is Stella Bissalu.
Sila
She's
Bitalo.
huge in Kinshasa. She's
Yes,
one of the greatest
Beckham.
actresses.
But
Yeah,
Mama
Stella.
Beckham.
So shout out to her. She's amazing. I mean,
Yes.
she's like the Julia Roberts of Kinshasa
Yes.
right now. She's
Yes.
amazing. Yeah, I love her. She's so funny. I mean, she's funny when she's acting. She's funny when she's not acting. She's hilarious. She's amazing. I love her. I love her.
Yes.
Papa, yeah, and the guy who plays my husband, the older guy.
Yes.
You know him too. He was well known. I mean, rest in
Yes.
peace.
He
He
passed.
was one of the greatest actors we had in
Mm-hmm.
Congo. So
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Yeah, I got really fortunate to work with such a group of amazing people when I went to the Congo. It was my first time really being in the Congo for that long.
Okay.
And I just had people who were not just like, let's put this together, and people just got with me, and they loved the story. They were so
Yes.
engaged. They wanted to because everyone knew that story. I was like, oh,
Yes.
look at that. So it was easy because I worked with a group of people that were just amazing. So I
Mm.
really enjoyed making this love story because I love
Well,
it.
when are you going back again to filming? Because I thought you
Oh
were
my
a regular film actress or something. Because I was like, Mosika, huh? And then when I saw a picture, I'm like,
I don't know yet. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of time. You have to go and spend time,
Mosika.
maybe a month or two in the Congo to put the crew together, to all that stuff. So I'm hoping to do it soon. But I have a full life here, like
Yeah.
literally, like
I feel you.
a
I
full
feel you.
life, like like outside of my creative endeavors. I
Mm-hmm.
also have like a regular corporate job,
Mm, mm, mm.
9 to 5 regular corporate job, and then I
Yeah.
have a son to take care of. So you have to
Mm,
be able to put all that on hold to
yeah.
freeze time, go back to the Congo and do that. So I'm hoping at some point I'll be able to do it again. Maybe I pick one of
Mhm.
those idol stories that we knew, we grew up with, and make another one of those.
Well,
Hopefully.
someone watching us might be willing to support, or
Woo!
you never know. You never know. So,
Ah.
budget. Well, let's pick life and faith.
Yes, I
So,
love that.
Zala
Love
Ondimaya.
it. Love it.
So if you would like, if someone wants to support you, or just have you write either another book, or just film another movie, Moseka, or I don't know, Data Sangu, whatever you feel like doing, and Coco Aloja, I don't know, whatever it is, what's an estimate budget for that? Like,
Ooh, my God. Writing
environ.
writing is free. I mean, it's just to sit down and you write. It's
Mhm.
free. But to make a movie, it's a lot of money.
Okay.
Um, to shoot a movie in the Congo, good quality movie, a
Mm.
starting budget is about $10,000 to $12,000. So it's
Wow.
not cheap. Yeah, because you have to put the crew together, you have to pay people a good salary, you have to do transportation from Kinshasa to wherever you wanna. So I think a good starting budget would be like 10 grand.
Mm. Mm.
So it's not. It's not cheap.
I
It's
see.
really expensive.
Well, twana
Yeah.
kondima. Toza na kondima.
Nakondima. I love that. I love
Après,
supporting
Trevor
people.
Landa Bisso, voilà, il faut soutenir notre sœur. Si vous voulez la soutenir, comment vous joindre, Yaya? Comment joindre maman Anita Yombo pour soutenir votre œuvre et tout ce que vous voulez faire? Ouais, je sais pas, c'est que le Seigneur vous a mis avec ça.
I am easily joined. I'm on mostly all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram as Anita Yombo. I'm on Twitter as Anita Yombo, and I'm on Facebook as Anita Yombo. And I think when you go to the YouTube channel where the movie is posted, if you look up, I think somewhere down there, there's my email address on the info. So you have a million ways to join me.
Mhm.
I'm there, I'm available. I usually try to answer all my messages.
Mhm.
So don't hesitate. A question, anything, just send me a message and I'd be more than happy to have a discussion. I love hearing from people who have supported me, whether it's the book, the movie. I really love hearing it and I appreciate all of you guys, really.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, I see. Well, don't your time is almost up. I'll have
Thank
to
you.
let you go. Thank you again so much for your time and for
Yeah.
everything. And anyone want to get your book, where to get it?
On Amazon. Just go on Amazon and you type Between John and a Hard Place, or you put in my name, Anita Yombo. The book should come up and you should
Mhm.
be able to purchase it.
All right then. All right. Well, thank you so much. This is it for Boanya today. Thank you for anyone who watched this and enjoyed this. Again, it's all about love. If you
Yes,
understand everything, whether it's the book or the movie, it's all about love.
always.
And the greatest love is Jesus. If you never
Amen.
received
Yeah.
Him as the Lord and Savior, please, this is your chance. And if you don't know what to say, just repeat after me real quick. Jesus Christ, I receive you as my Lord and Savior. I want to walk with you. I want to write with you, live with you, sing with you, and do so much with you. I've heard about you, but today I want you to also be mine. In
Mhm.
Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen.
Amen.
Welcome to the body of Christ. Find yourself a church. Download the book, a Bible app, and it will help you grow. If you need some suggestions, we'll be more than happy to assist you. But again, don't forget, our sister needs support. But Grand Prêtre, we need your help. All right. So we have a lot of stories from our background to teach our children and our younger siblings who are born here from our own sisters, like my sister Anita Yombo. I don't know if there's any last word before we end today's live.
No, I just enjoy talking to you. You're such a delightful person to speak with. So no, it
Thank
was
you.
my pleasure. Hi to the Congolese community. You guys are the best. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being available. Thank you again for your suggestions. Thank you to anyone who support us. Be blessed until we meet again next time. I am Lady Marilyne Keto. Until we meet again. Bye bye. Au revoir.